Howdy, Dave Brown here at ringside. Lance Russell taking the day off us. Corey Macklin's here with us, and we got quite a day coming up.
Quite a day indeed. The USWA Tag Champions, PG-13. They're going to be right here with us today. Also loping around is Primetime Brian Lee. He's on the card today as well. Hey, Jerry the King Lawler right here in the ring. We'll be seeing the King in action. Two sexy Brian Christophers here. A bunch of it today, Dave Brown.
And a lot of other things going on in the USWA. Yeah. For instance, Tommy Wildfire Rich will not be joining. Well,
that's right.
I'll have more to say about Tommy Wildfire Rich in just a few minutes. But I must tell you that Rich has been fined. He has been suspended. Great. He attacked a referee, Bill Rush. And also put his hands on the promoter, Randy Hales, and as a result, Tommy Rich has been fined and suspended from the USWA. Brian Lee is the new USWA heavyweight champion. Not a good week for, I think, what fans may have liked in the way of titles, because also there is a brand new world champion. The WWF's Razor Ramon was in town.
There he is.
And when he left, he had the unified world title around his waist. So there's your champion right there, Razor Ramon. A lot of changes in the USWA. Well, here's a man I can tell you is probably not too happy right now that we're gonna get a comment or two from. The King headed this way. I'm sure we'll have a comment about recent events in USWA action.
You're right, Dave. We're going to have a comment about recent events, and you're looking at somebody right now that's not a happy camper. Now, can you imagine if you look back at what happened here, a couple of months ago, not even a couple of months ago, Bill Dundee comes out here, and he gets in this ring right here, and with the help of Jamie Dundee, he wins the unified world title from me. You remember that, right?
Yep.
Everybody over here remembers that, right? Then he makes his way right over here to where we're standing right now, and he tells me, at least he's man enough to say at that point, that King, he looked up and said, King, you'll be the first person to get a return match for the unified title. But was I the first person to get the return match? Oh, no, I was not. Tommy Rich got a match, and then last week what happens, he goes out and he does something that I have tried, and I have strived, and I have worked so hard not to let happen. He loses my unified world title to somebody from the World Wrestling Federation. Razor Ramon comes into Memphis, Tennessee, beats Dundee, and takes the unified title back to the WWF. Now, Dundee, you owe me a little explanation, and I want you to get out here right now. Come on out here, Dundee. Because you have done the unforgivable. You've lost our title. No, you've lost our title to the WWF. Get him out here right now, Dave.
Let's don't do it. We've got to take a break right now. We've got to get the show underway. I understand you're unhappy. Let's talk about it later. Let's take a break. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, Diamond Mike has led his charges in here. His charges none other than Crusher Bones and Chris Canyon. But headed this way right now, their opponents in our opening match with USWA action today. And there they are. PG-13. Whoopie-dee. JC Ice.
Downtown Bruno.
Hey, Bruno, how you doing? Downtown Bruno here today.
Well, Dave, you know, I've been a fixer around here for a long time in the USWA, over 10 years now.
No doubt about it.
And, you know, I've been in the WWF for quite a few years. I've become a mainstay up there. But, you know, my main thing is my home. This area is my home, and I'm real loyal to this part of the country and this USWA. So I happened to notice that Lance Russell was on vacation today.
Lance taking the day off. He'll be back next week.
Well, all right. Well, I'm going to do you a favor, and I'm going to come out here and, Corey, if you wouldn't mind just, you know, go over, sit in the corner, and you can go up and do the ring announcement, but I'll take your spot, Corey. I'll sit next to you.
Wait a minute. No. Bruno, it's good to see you. It's good to have
you, Dave.
But we're covered.
But well, I'd like to come out here and, you know, give you my expertise and, you know, during the match, commentate.
We appreciate it. We've got to go to the ring right now, though, and get the match underway, Bruno. Thanks very much. We appreciate the offer. Let's get her going here. No, Corey's doing just fine, Bruno. Thanks. We appreciate it. Again, it's good to see you. We're glad to have you here, but right now we don't need any extra commentator, okay?
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, Corey, let's go with this match. I don't know.
Boy. Here we go. PG-13 taking on Chris Kenyon. And Crusher Bones. Kenyon jamming away, and Whoopie D whips him into the corner. Whoopie comes down with a nice arm drag on Chris Kenyon. And Morris, the former New York Ranger, what Kenyon tells me, Dave, is that he used to play for the New York Rangers hockey team there, and says when the Rangers went on strike, he bailed out of the thing and never did go back 2 counts.
I've heard a couple of stories on Chris Kenyon. He claims to be a former Ranger. Maybe not. I don't know. I hadn't checked their roster, but also I understand he used to play in the International Hockey League, which is a fine hockey league, there's no doubt about it, but not the NHL. So I don't know what that true story is. And with Diamond Mike, his manager over in the corner, you're not always sure you're getting the straight truth about the whole thing, you know. PG-13 looking mighty good anytime they step in the ring. Couple of kids who really give away a lot of size every time they step in there, even against guys like Chris Kenyon and Crusher Bones.
Yeah, not only that, Crusher Bones putting his 2 cents in it, grabbing Whoopie D by the shorts there, pulling him in the corner, and Whoopie in a bad position over there now, bad location. Yeah, Crusher Bones and Chris Kenyon.
Bones was holding him in the corner, holding him by the tights, keeping him out of the action.
Go Whoopie go! The fans love him. PG-13. Crusher Bones shots the elbow, 1, 2. Whoopie kicks out at the 2. Tough challenge today for PG-13. Crusher Bones and Chris Kenyon tagging in and out, looking good as a tag team here today. Pin cover from Kenyon, 2, and he's up again.
Kenyon a little bit overconfident there. He was going to try to hold him down with one hand. It's difficult to do that anytime. Whoopie D broke out of the cover before the 3 count, and the match continues.
Well, it's good to see J.C. Ice over there. DDT from Whoopie D. Man, what a move on Kenyon. Good to see J.C. back in action, Dave, after all of that stuff he's been through. Look at this. PG comes off the rope. Cover, 1, 2. That's all zero. PG-13 defeat Chris Kenyon and Crusher Bones. Good-looking win for the tag team.
Yes, indeed. PG-13 with a victory. We're going to take a break right here. We're going to come back and try to talk to Gorgeous George III, and we'll see him in action, too, when we return.
USWA Tag Team Champions PG-13, and we're ready to take on anybody. Gorgeous George, he's talking about, hey, he's got a mystery partner. Well, pal, we don't care who it is. You can get anybody you want because we'll take them all on. Ain't that right, Iceman?
That's right. You know, Gorgeous George, you don't know nobody tough enough to come with you and team to take on PG-13 and come and get these USWA Tag Team belts. So what I'm telling you, homeboy, is you better go out and find the roughest, toughest man you know. We'll see you this week.
Well, we got Gorgeous George III coming up right here, as a matter of fact, for a match. Perhaps we can get a comment or two from it. Maybe find out who the mystery partner is going to be. We've been coming out here spraying all this stuff. We keep hearing mystery partner, mystery partner, mystery partner. Who's the mystery partner? Maybe you'd fill us in.
Mr. Dave Brown, look at your Kmart special attire here. Let me tell you something. I have been around this sorry place for a little while now, and I find nobody more disgusting than those peasants PG-13. You boys think you're tough? Well, I've got a man to just team up with to defeat you. Matter of fact, he's not a man. He's a monster. He's more scary than your fears or your worst nightmare. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce to him right now. Come on down, big guy.
This is the mystery partner. This is going to be the partner today, as well as a match coming up.
That's right.
Oh my goodness! You see who this is?
Yeah, come on down.
Oh, boy.
It's Mabel. Well, Mabel we've seen before in matches, including a pile driver match a few weeks ago, which kind of changed a lot of fans' opinion about Mabel, as a matter of fact. But now the announcement made that this is going to be the man who's teaming up with Gorgeous George III, huh?
You know, everybody says that Mabel has a bad attitude. I don't have a bad attitude. I'm the same dude I've always been. But I'm getting sick and tired of the way I'm being treated, not only in the USWA, but in the World Wrestling Federation. I'm one of the biggest men in this business. When I came to the USWA the first time, everybody remembers the Harlem Nights. And we ran roughshod here for 30 days, and the WWF said, we have to have these guys. So we're going back to that type of deal, George. And PG-13, in my opinion, you guys shouldn't even be in the business. One of you guys is just as small as the 1-2-3 Kid, and the other one is smaller. Anybody that wants to see these guys get hurt, come out this week, and you're going to see a massacre.
Well, we'll see what happens. Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Louisville Gardens, Evansville, anywhere around the way, you might see these guys running into each other. Right. And he's right. I mean, there's Mabel. We're all looking up to talk to him. And you got PG-13 giving away the size. But you also got the fact that PG-13, is, we've already mentioned it during their match. They give away size just about every time they step into the ring. And
oh, you got that right.
So even with a guy like Mabel here, I doubt that PG-13 are going to be calling in sick. I imagine they're going to be there. They're going to show up at the arena and give it a shot. Gorgeous George III, though, has indeed signed a formidable partner in the huge Mabel, and they step into action right here against Edric Hines and Chris Frazier.
Now look at Big Mabel, just goes over and he goes pounding away on Frazier immediately. Gorgeous George III attacks Edric Hines, and here we go. Frazier's out of the ring there early on, and maybe we can get Mabel over here. It's downtown Bruno.
Bruno's back. Now, Bruno, hi.
Wait a minute. Now, Dave, a few minutes ago, you told me my services wouldn't be needed out here. But you know what? I've been sitting back there listening to Corey Macklin. This guy sounds like a fish out of water. Now, Dave, I'll give you one more chance to reconsider. Would you tell Corey to go sit in the corner, and I'll take his position?
No, I won't, Bruno. Now, listen. Now, we told you you were welcome out here. You're welcome to come out here and make a comment or two. You're not welcome to come out and try to take over the show. We're not going to have that.
Dave, I've been coming out here for 10 years, and all of a sudden you're brushing me off?
We're not going to have you come out here and push somebody out of a chair and take over when Corey's doing just fine. And I'm sorry you feel that way, Bruno, but that's the way it's going to be.
Corey's pushed himself out of a job. He ain't no good at what he does.
Oh, boy. Much know what to say about when a guy comes out here like that. I mean, you know, we let him come out here and make comments.
He said hello to me, and, you know, we just as usual.
What's wrong with him? Anyway, let's go back to the match here.
Here we go. Chris Frazier pounding away. And, well, boy, this Big Mabel, I tell you, just dominating Frazier and Edric Hines. And now a little tag team action from Mabel and Gorgeous George III. Double clothesline, and Gorgeous George III. Working over Chris Frazier in there, referee Bill Rush. Checking things out. And attack made on Mabel. Boy.
Watch Mabel when he comes into the ring. A lot of times he will, there he goes. Well, you couldn't see it, but he steps over the ropes. He doesn't come through the ropes. Boy. He steps over that top rope when he enters the ring.
Looks so big, looks like he could step over him twice. I tell you, this guy. Over 500 pounds, this Mabel. Slams down on Chris Frazier with a big right hand. And it's all Mabel and Gorgeous George III. As the beginning of this bout, Edric Hines and Chris Frazier cannot get going. They both attacked him, and it's been all Mabel and George III ever since. Slams Chris Frazier right down to the mat. Still to come today, Dave Brown, we got Jerry the King Lawler right here in the ring today. Looking forward to seeing the King in action.
You know, Mabel made a comment during the interview, and he's right. When he was in the USWA with his partner the first time, they ran roughshod over this territory, and as a result, they very quickly worked their way into other matches all around the country and all around the world. Oh, goodness
me! There's that splash.
So if Mabel is going to adopt that same strategy, that same mindset that we saw the first time they were in here, then we got trouble in the USWA. There's a big power slam.
My goodness, that's it.
There was no way Chris Frazier was going to get up from that one. Mabel just powered him down to the mat. And now look at Gorgeous George jumping in there. This match is over, and what's he doing getting in here with the insult?
That's enough, let me tell you. This Mabel and Gorgeous George III.
PG-13, sits down on it. PG-13 are in for a tough battle coming up this week. There is no doubt about it.
Gee, let me tell you, this Mabel and Gorgeous George III putting it to Hines and Frazier. Referee Bill Rush asking for the bell. Yeah, let's get these guys out of here, Dave.
We got to get them out of here. While we do that, Corey, I tell you what, let's do. We've had a lot of requests to see this again. So let's take a look at it. Here is the one and only Miss Texas. One of the favorites ever, the USWA, that's Miss Texas. Miss Texas is here right now. Say hello to her. And let's have her over here and see if we can talk to her just a little bit about some of the action that's coming up in the USWA involving Miss Texas in the days and weeks ahead. Always good to see that video again. Lots of fans asked to see that again. We're glad to show it to you, and here she is.
Well, first off, Dave, how you doing?
Doing good. Good to see you.
Nice to see you, too.
I wanted to mention one thing. Now, wait a minute. I wanted to mention...
You wait a minute. You wait. Put that microphone over here. Dave, I don't see the logic here. I've offered my services out here, and you've brushed me off, but yet you told me you didn't have time. You've got time for a video of this goof. Now you've got time to stand here and talk to her about nothing. Let me tell you something, Miss Texas. Don't nobody want to see you, and certainly don't nobody want to hear nothing you got to say, because you got half a brain, you got no sense. You don't even belong out here, so why don't you take a hike, Spike? Ruff, ruff, ruff.
Hold up. Hold on.
Wait a minute,
Downtown Bruno.
Bruno?
Bruno.
What?
We butted heads once before in the past.
Yeah?
I beat you back then, and I can beat you now.
Wait a minute. First of all, Miss Texas, the only reason in the world you ever even got in the ring with me, let alone get your hand raised, is because I am too much of a man to put my fist on a female, on a woman, on a lady. Now, I don't consider you much of a lady. I don't consider you much of a female. But you still are of that persuasion. Therefore, I didn't lay my hands on you. But don't push your luck, ugly.
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 Mr. Tough Guy,
Wait a
Mr.
minute.
Tough Guy. What are you going to do, Downtown Bruno?
Listen to me now. First of all, if I wanted to, I could beat you like a dog that you are. But, wait a minute. Hey, this is verbal, this ain't physical. Listen to me, ugly. I mean, you are really ugly with them big bug eyes. Hey,
Downtown Bruno, you need to take a look in the mirror, boy.
well, let me tell you something. I could beat you up if you'd let me finish before you'd interrupt me, but I won't touch a lady. But my wife could beat you up. I promise you that. She could slap you a new smile on that face, girl.
Wife.
Yes, my wife.
Bruno, you married?
Yes, I'm married. Does that surprise you?
Oh, yeah, this surprised me a lot.
Why, 'cause you wish you married me, don't you?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But, Bruno, I'd like to see the lady who was stupid enough to marry you.
You got one thing right. She's a lady, but she's not stupid. She's a prize, and she's got a prize. She treats me like a king. In fact, I am the king of Wilds, Mississippi, and she knows it. And you ought to know it, girl, because she'd get you, and she'd tear you up like you never been towed up before, little girl.
Okay, Mr. Tough Guy, WWF.
WWF.
Yeah, well,
USWA.
whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo. I tell you what, you don't stay nothing but 20 minutes.